Alright everyone, so today I'm going to give you a quick rundown on how to replace the valve cover gaskets on a 2004 Dodge Dakota 4.7 liter V8. First thing you're going to want to do is take off the air cleaner and the air box. Now, I've already gone ahead and did that, and I've also gone ahead and unplugged the fuel injectors. Not all of them, but I mean, really all you gotta do is make sure you get all these wires unplugged and out of the way. The next step for me, at least, is going to be getting this AC compressor unbolted and tipping it off to the side this way so I have room to get at the valve cover down here. Now, before I forget, before you do any of this, I'd recommend depressurizing the fuel system. I don't know if I'm going to have to mess with the fuel lines yet to get anything off, but I did it just in case. And to do that, you just simply take out the fuel system relay thing. I mean, it tells you right where it is on the back of your panel right here. And to depressurize it, all you do is take that relay out, go over, crank the car. It'll probably sputter and then die, and then your system's depressurized. Now, you guys at home might not need to do this, but I went ahead and did it. I took the fan shroud off so I can get at the tensioner a little easier. I kept hitting my hand on the plastic or on the fan blades, and it was just kind of an overall pain in the ass. I mean, there's only 2 bolts holding it on. All you have to do is unplug the windshield washer, pump, and you're good to go. And to loosen the tensioner, all you have to do is turn it clockwise like this and take the belt off here. I don't think I'm going to be able to do it with one hand, so I'll cut the video. Now, without that out of the way, I'm going to go ahead and take the AC compressor off and the oil fill tube off. Both of which, I think this has, what, 3 bolts? 4? And that probably has just as many. Should be a pretty easy job. Alright, now that I've got the oil fill thing off, I should be able to get at this bolt right here. And next step will be taking off the AC compressor. Alright, so I've gone and got the AC compressor off. I'm just kind of resting it down over here. I took these tubes and tucked them up behind a bolt that was left from the air box, and that cleared up quite a bit more space around over here. So I have quite a ways to go, but I suppose the next step would be taking care of these tubes and tucking wires out of the way, and hopefully I'll be getting at the valve cover soon. I don't know if you guys can see down there, but it's leaking pretty bad right under the exhaust, and it's just smoking while I'm driving, so yeah, it needs to be done. Alright, so now I've got all the wires unplugged and tucked away, and the tubes. I should be able to get at all the valve cover bolts pretty easy, except for maybe those ones in the back. I'm starting to think I might have to take the AC, whatever this thing is, off. There's only 2 bolts right there, and it looks like that should do it. So yeah. So unbolting this AC reservoir actually gave me a little bit of play, so that should help me take the valve cover off. I'm not sure how much it will help, but any more room I can get is better. I would like to point out real quick here that it'd be really helpful if you had extensions and flexible joints for when you're taking a lot of these bolts off. Some of them are kind of hard to get angles, and I don't know how else you'd be able to do it. Once you get all the bolts loosened, most of them should be easy enough to just take out by hand like this one. Now that I've got all the bolts loosened, it should just be a matter of prying the valve cover up and trying to sneak it out of here. Luckily mine isn't stuck down very hard, but some of you guys might have to use some sort of tool to pry it up. Alright, so I managed to get the valve cover off pretty easy. This kind of got in the way, but I think unbolting it helped quite a bit because I was able to pull it. And well, as you can see, there's quite a bit of oil that's been leaking down over there, and looks like I have a little bit of cleaning to do on these channels where the gasket rests, but other than that, not too bad. So yeah. So after you get all the surfaces cleaned up and all the bolts cleaned off and the old gaskets out, you just put all these new gaskets, should come with the gasket kit in, and basically reverse what you did.